For 80 years, these three have been the archetype and North Star of DC Comics. Problem is, the North Star has actually shifted a bit. Being the face of a brand isn't about your power level. It's about cultural currency and fiscal reliability. We will be analyzing three distinct eras. The archetype, which is Superman, the icon of Batman, and what I like to call the modern vanguard in Wonder Woman. Something people often forget is Superman created comics, essentially. During the Golden and Silver Age, he wasn't just the face of Action Comics for DC. He was the face of all comics. He represented a post-war American idealism. If you saw a cape, you immediately thought of Clark. The problem is, in the 80s, things started to shift. We started to see more of a darker take on comics, and Superman felt, well, out of place. Even despite Richard Donner's big Hollywood epic, Superman the movie, things didn't look too bright for the big boy blue. In the 80s is when Batman started to creep out of the darkness. He wasn't just becoming everybody's favorite superhero. He was out selling in merchandise, in comics, and even on the big screen. This excitement of Batman continued from the 80s even till today. Take a look at the Christopher Nolan trilogy, where The Dark Knight made more than $1 billion, being the first Batman movie, really DC movie, to do so, all without needing a universe to prop him up. There is a bit of a relatability factor when it comes to Batman because he doesn't have superpowers. He doesn't come from another planet. He is not your typical meta-human in the DC comics. You see, as the world started to turn a little more cynical, the human with a plan became more bankable than a god with a heart. Batman quickly became the floor and the ceiling for DC's financial expectations. But then we started to see Wonder Woman break out in the 20-teens, specifically with 2017's Wonder Woman movie. At the domestic box office, Wonder Woman actually surpassed a movie touting Batman and Superman in it. She proved that she could carry the brand's reputation all on her own. And maybe what's the coolest factor when it comes to Wonder Woman is how Diana has become this bridge between the mythical and even the modern social zeitgeist. While her first solo movie did well, her second outing didn't have much legs. But that's okay because she's typically used as the glue for the Trinity of Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. So I have to ask with her, has she been underutilized as being a face? But honestly, who leads DC? And more importantly, who leads the DCU? James Gunn has just recently relaunched a new DC universe with the DCU. His first film was Superman, a sprawling, epic adventure that did really well at the box office, specifically domestically, beating out movies like Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. It showed that fans are hungry for hope once again, and that cynical mindset that set in the 80s may be drifting away. The problem is, there's still a Batman franchise going on, with Matt Reeves directing Robert Pattinson as Bruce Wayne. And some question has been, is that diluting the franchise or the brand? Should they be looking toward getting a new Batman specifically for the DCU, jumped in and started now before Pattinson is done wearing the cape and cowl? That's a question that I think is going to be asked for a number of years until we actually see what happens. But here's the thing, when it comes down to it, James Gunn has solidified that Superman is the face of the DCU. If you take a look at the comics, there's a current run called the Absolute Universe, where Batman is dominating sales. Even in the main continuity line, Batman is still tearing up the charts. Superman has maybe the best story going on in the main continuity, but Batman is still at top of the list. It's kind of showing that Batman is kind of the safest bet on investment when it comes to DC. Whether it's movies, comics, TV, whatever it is, Batman always sells. But if you ask me, the real structural face of DC is always Superman. It's the character that the entire universe, all characters must revolve around to exist. Wonder Woman is more of like quality control. Her presence usually signals a slight shift toward better critical reception. Some may say that Superman's the past, Batman is the present, and Wonder Woman is the future. Getting back to point though, to be the face of DC, you can't just sell tickets. You have to define the era. Right now, DC is betting the house on Superman's upcoming film, Man of Tomorrow, and we're going to see if hope can truly outshine the darkness. Make sure you hit that like button, hit subscribe for more from me, Slav at Slav's Free Talk. With all that said, I'll catch you all later.